those L's, I couldn't sleep right now. I get paid, fake game, I'm staying B-side. Breaking the blues over steak, I gotta eat right. You could be my peace sign. I don't need bad energy around me. I just need sun, you're so cloudy. I wake up good, you're so grouchy. Please get from around me. When the truth don't work, you start telling lies. Thought you were down to ride, you weren't down to ride. Caught switching, you were picking sides. Don't blink, caught slipping like a slip and slide. I was shooting dice till I got a nosebleed. Money on the floor, can't get cold feet. Took a L, should've put it in the offering. Lord, forgive me for my sins, don't know of me. Scary thoughts, I got scary thoughts. Lost control, now I'm taking charge. Breaking bills, friends breaking off. You could be the youngest, I'm the dawn. Kiss the ring, nah. In the scene like GOT. Stay away, don't sleep. What's going on? What's going on? What is going on? What's up to the J crew? Shout out to ZJ crew. My Tuesday hanging partners. What's up, gang? Hopefully people show because I know I got on here late. So it's been a crazy week. I've been studying my ass off, dude, trying to get this trying to get a better understanding of how to trade stocks. And it is not easy. It's not easy. I've lost money, I've made money. But shout out to my ADT family. Love you guys over there. Shout out to Coach, Chad Christian, all those guys over there. Bruno, Mitch, everybody. Lolo, Jimmy, Brady, Nana, Puny, Pastor, everybody. Anybody I can think of. Chris, all of those guys. Portuguese Flying Stew, Old School, Mikey B. But yeah, Coach is amazing. And if you've ever thought about learning how to get into the stock market, it's one of the best things you could do for your future. Learn how to invest your money. Coach is an amazing teacher. He's got an amazing platform. Nobody is doing what he is doing. He's over there all day, every day, from 9 in the morning till 3 in the afternoon, trading stocks, sharing his screen, showing you what he's doing, going in and out of trades, showing you how he's doing it and showing you philosophies behind it. So get a chance, go to AmericanDreamTrading.com, sign up, get yourself a membership, or at least check him out on TikTok. And he's on YouTube every day. He's got all kind of instructional videos. So he's not paying me to say that I'm a paid actor, really. But but shout out to my ADT family. Love you guys. Shout out to the J crew in the house. Buddha 1000, Dolly Bush, Renee Revelinsky, of course, my lovely wife, Vegan Knowledge JJ. I see you in the chat, baby girl. I love you so much. And shout out to everybody who from the ADT family who has come over to hang. Yeah, nobody's showing up, Jen. I don't know. Maybe we might have to turn it off. I mean, you know, I ran late. They know me. I run late. That happens. I'm not on here at 10 o'clock, though. Come on, guys. I'm not that late. Love y'all. But shout out to my J crew. I love those guys. So, you know, let's get into it. But before we get into it, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Smash the subscribe button. It doesn't take much.
That was easy.
It's that simple. It's free. It costs you nothing to subscribe to the channel and smash the like button.
That was easy.
It's even easier to smash the like button. It helps the algorithm, helps push the content out. I want to send a shout out to everyone who has already subscribed. And we are at 1205. Woo! On that road to 1500. That's right, baby. And then onwards and upwards, 2K, 3K, 4K, sky's the limit, you name it. So we are on our way to, this is actually why I was late. I couldn't find the thumbnail that I did last week, so I've made another one reminiscent of the old one and just, you know, had to resize some things and yeah.
But in any event, at least I won't have to do that every week. I just went back to my old template and filled in the new numbers. And yeah, so, but let's get it started. 90-day fiance the other way. You are not getting a green card, my friend. All right, so we're starting out with Johan and Danielle. And, he's bringing her home from the airport. Hold on 1 second. Okay, so Johan and Danielle are coming home from the airport, and they start getting into a conversation about the fact that she wants to stay in Dominican Republic. She wants to stay in the DR, and she wants to stay there longer than they had initially talked about. Now, see, here's where I have an issue, because he's like, okay, that's not what we agreed upon. And hold up 1 second, let me make sure. Okay, just wanted to make sure Mike was good. But they get into a conversation about the fact that, Dolly Bush, I see you in the chat, baby. Hey, how art thou? Thank you for coming, my baby. Um, so I was just talking about Johan and Danielle. This is the first scene of the new episode, Have Some Peace. And here, Danielle, and I don't know what you think, Dolly, but she kind of pisses me off the way that she's handling this, because she's going into it with, well, I can't change my mind. Like, what's the problem? I don't want to stay in the United States. I've changed my mind. What's the deal? Well, the deal is you made an agreement to stay in the DR for a year and then move to the US, because Johan also has plans. He's also a part of this marriage, and he wants to get over here and earn some money so that he can send money home to his family. You knew that. You guys discussed that on Love in Paradise. If what I don't like is, I feel like she tricked him into marrying her. Is the D that good? Okay, come on. We know it's big and all of that, but come on. It's like, dude, he wants to get out of the DR. And I think what's going to end up happening is he pegged it. She's going to get there and find out that life isn't all sunshine and roses and beach days in the Dominican Republic. Once you get here, the local life isn't all hunky-dory. It's very impoverished, and there's a lot of lack, just like the scene where, in the butcher shop, right? What the hell is going on here? Okay. They've got meat lying out. I'm so glad I'm a vegan. I don't know what to do. Look at the carnage. Okay. That is dead flesh. No, there are flies around that because it's dead flesh. If you know what's good for you, stop eating the shit. Okay. I know. I didn't stop eating meat because I didn't like the taste. I love steak. Don't get me wrong. But I no longer choose to eat animals. I'm not going to get on the soapbox. But this is some nasty shit right here. It's a nasty scene. It's just flies all over because there's no refrigeration, you know? And it's like, that is so nasty. Not only is eating meat nasty and not good for you, but eating meat that has been sitting out with flies regurgitating all over it. Come on, that is so nasty. But that's the kind of life that she's opening herself up to by wanting to stay in the DR full time. I think she thinks it's going to be all hunky dory and sunshine and roses. And, he's trying to let her know, no, it's not like that, baby girl. It is not like that over here. So hopefully, wait a minute. Jen, is there an hold on, let me try to get you back in here. You good?
You to update my picture for some reason, so I had to come in as JB. So I don't know. I guess because I'm on a new computer, so I'll try to work on it in a little while.
Okay.
I kept having to leave and try to get and it wouldn't take me back to that part, so I might have to go all the way out and come in. But anyway, I'll be okay. I'll just be JB for right now.
Junior varsity.
Like, what is that for? It must have been because of JJ Vegan Knowledge.
Wow. So, and I don't even want to put the meat picture back up there
Thank
because,
you. You thought that's probably why I left. Listen,
but yeah,
everybody's
man,
sending me meat.
you know, they're going through issues. And here's the thing, she's pretty slick with it, Danielle is, because they have they have the conversation in the car that they're not going to stay in they're not going to stay in the US. They're going to be in the DR. That's where she wants to live. That's where she wants to spend her days with Johan. They get back to the family. She mentions nothing about it. In fact, what she does do is she leads the mother on. Are you going to miss Johan when he's not here anymore? She's not telling anybody that she's not taking him to the US because she don't
Right.
want them all in her ass. She was real slick about how she handled that. She picked her battles. She dealt with him, but she didn't tell the rest of the family because it's their dream as well to have him go over to the United States because they want him to be making that coin and sending it home.
Right.
With her not taking him, you have your phone on or something turned up? Because I can hear myself in the background with you.
Okay. Let me turn it down. Yeah, I probably did. Because
Okay.
I was listening to it earlier. My headset works so well, I didn't even hear it. Sorry about that.
Oh, you're good. But in this, I still hear it.
Hold on. You know why? Because I just
Jen, come
joined.
on. What are you doing?
I gotta get.
What's
I'm in here
happening?
2 times.
What's going on? All right, let me take the other one out.
I can hear myself now too.
I can hear myself think.
That's not even the right picture, but that's okay. It's better than
Okay,
nothing.
right. But she very slickly. Okay, I can still hear, but it's no big deal. She very slickly is telling the family is not telling the family that she's not taking the Johan because she doesn't want to be cussed out. You know what I mean? So let's see. Let's go here. So she's talking to the family. She blows, and then they get into the conversation in the bedroom. And she's like, so what do you want? A miserable wife? Well, what do you want? A miserable husband? It's not fair that you get to have your way. And here's the thing, you tricked this man into marrying you, is what I don't like about it. It's like she changed her mind after they had already gotten married, and she promised him that she would bring him to the US, which Johan clearly is not happy about. And I think he handled it well. He said, all right, here's what we'll do. I'll back off. I'm not going to fight you on it. We'll go ahead and stay in the DR. But if things don't work out here and, we're not making it ends meet and things aren't working out, then we go to the US. And she said, okay, deal. We could do that. I don't like the way that she handled that. I think it was very sneaky the way that she married this guy, roped him into marrying her, and then pulled a okey doke. We're not going to the US. You could reverse it, and let me know what you guys think in the comments. Jen, let me know what you think, baby. You could reverse it and say that, well, you could look at it as the way he was using her for a green card. He's really not interested in her. He really just wanted to get to the United States so he could send money home to his family. So somebody's using somebody. Everybody's using everybody. Either way, she got him before he got her. But Either way you look at it, marriage is a two-way street. And if you're starting the marriage off lying, he made no bones about the fact that he wanted to come to the US to make money to send home. That doesn't mean he doesn't love her. You know what I'm saying? Because right off the top, he didn't, he agreed, okay, we'll stay here. That's no big deal. I know he thinks it's not going to last though, because she's not going to be able to hang there, which she's not. She's spoiled. And furthermore, we talked about this last week. You're in New York. If you don't like New York anymore, there's 49 other states that you can live in. Okay? If you like beaches, move to Florida. If you like the beach so much, move to California. You live in the farthest place from the beach in New York City. The United States is not New York City, and that's all there is. I choose not to live in my country because there's a lot of things going. No, you said there's a lot of things in New York that you don't like. The whole country, that's not the whole country. Okay, so it's making me think she's doing it facetiously just to keep him out of the country. So what? She can control him and manipulate him financially and dominate him. Is that what it is? She wants to do. She wants to pull a Mike. What was his name? Mike Berger or something, like Virgin or something, that went and was dating Jimena. Mike Burke. Okay. He wanted to go over there. Oh, well, I'm paying rent, so you got to listen to me. That's what she's trying to do. That's exactly what she's trying to do. She wants to go over there and rule Johan and his family and fling whatever coin she has around. I'm taking care of things, so it's the way I say. I can see that's what she's doing. The way she was talking to him at the end, when she was going over the numbers and finding out, trying to figure out whether he's making money, whether he's losing money, if he's in debt, because if he's in debt, she's taking on that debt as his wife. I get that. But, the way she was starting to address him was like a teacher talking to a child. And once again, I saw the control freak come out. The controlling American trying to dominate the foreigner who they think is stupid. It's like, come on, don't give us all a bad name. We're not all like that. You should have honored your agreement. You told that man you would spend a year in the DR and then you guys could come to the States. Don't get in there and then trick the dude. And then, yeah, guess what? We're already married. We're not going to the States. Psych! It ain't happening. We're staying right here in this hot ass DR. Okay? And we're going to get some air conditioning. And you're going to fix this butcher shop. You know what I mean? I just see it happening. I see it unfolding. Dolly Bush said, I'm good. She said, why she don't want to take, what do you think? Is there another reason? Is it that it's not the New York thing? There's a reason why she don't take big strapping Johan, because she thinks somebody's going to steal his ass from her. That's what's going on. She's insecure. I think that's really what's happening. Yes, flies were all over that meat. That was disgusting. Do I think she wants to stay in the DR because it's cheaper? That could be it. I mean, because the US dollar is going to go a little bit further over there, right? So, but does she have any income? Do we know if she has any more income that's going to be coming in to support them? Is she getting a check or something? Is she renting property? Like, how is she going to get money is what I want to know, I'll be damn. Is that Shay J in the chat? Shay, what's going on? Hi, honey. Welcome back. Long time no see. Vegan Knowledge says, let me. Oh. Oh my God. Let me in.
I was waiting so patiently for you to get to that comment. And I'm like, she's probably wondering why I'm so quiet. Was I talking on mute? Oh man. Hey Shay J and everyone here. Who do we have? Dolly, how's it going? What's going on?
I don't know, Dolly. I think maybe that could be the case. That could be one of the reasons she's claiming it's because of New York. I think it could be a multitude of reasons. It's cheaper. She's insecure. She doesn't want Johan hooking up with a sister over here.
Wait
You know what
though,
I mean?
I just wonder what didn't she not like New York before they made all these arrangements, or all of a
Thank
sudden
you.
she just decided I don't like where I live, so I don't want him coming here. There's somebody on a different YouTube I was listening to made this point, and you guys might have already said it because I've been in and out, but they said that it could be, and I had this thought cross my mind too. It's almost like she's forcing him to say, I'm using you to come to United States
Yeah.
by pulling the card out and saying, you know what, no, I don't want to move there. And if it's really about me, if it's loving me, then let's stay here. If you just want to be with me, what's the difference? And it's like, that man I feel like it's an
Had his heart
underlying
set on
thing
it.
sometimes. You know what I mean? Yeah, maybe he
Shay
was
J makes
using
a
you a
good
little
point.
bit, but
Shay J makes a good point. She's like, yeah, she's insecure and she's looking for a man and a baby. And
yeah.
she's insecure, and that's why she doesn't really want to bring him over here because she don't want nobody taking her shit.
But I did like what he did there. He pulled the whole like, okay, fine, you want to stay here, you'll see how it is. And I was like, but the
Right.
unfortunate thing is this girl will probably blow up with some kind of online influencer thing and really is not out doing manual labor in the fields or whatever
But you
the
know what? Dominican Republic is a beautiful place. And if you've got money, maybe she can take Johan out of the impoverished lifestyle that he's living.
and maybe
And
he'll like it there. But I still
right.
feel like it's the thing about like it's like he said, it's everybody's dream from when they're kids apparently. It's like they want to go to America.
Pedro.
Exactly. At least he
Yeah.
didn't do that to her. But he might
Right.
be on his way to doing
He
it,
was
right?
trying to.
He
She
was
said, nah,
trying
we ain't
she's like,
doing
"That
that. You're
ain't gonna
staying your ass
happen."
here. Because I think that's BS. I think you're absolutely right. She didn't show any signs of hating New York when she was in Love in Paradise. She
Ye
never said any of that.
Exactly, and you know what I just thought about too?
What?
The way that I was so with the wool pulled over my eyes with Pedro and Chantel, I would have thought Pedro would have been like, "Okay, fine, yeah, I can stay here with my family." But now looking at it with the way the mother was like, "Send me a TV," and all this.
And toothbrushes and
Yeah,
washcloths
now I
and
see the whole game in it
five
now
hundred
that we're
dollars
in
and a
hindsight.
laptop.
We thought the family was the one taking advantage, right? He wants that US dollar and he will send all his money back to his family. Yes, we
He did it
watched that
smooth.
before. Like, I love my family. I would probably do the same thing, but I wouldn't be using somebody to do it. I'd find a way to go to a better country without having to falsely marry someone.
Apparently it's too hard. Well, like you could get a work visa or some other kind of permit, tourist visa. There's all kinds of visas, but
Not like I
apparently
guess they want it's easier to get the green card. What if they stay married like 5 years, wasn't it what we learned
I
from
think it's
Pedro?
three. I
3
think it's
years?
three. Let us know, guys, if we're wrong, but I think it's three. And I think that that's a way to get here permanently, where the other stuff is eventually you got to go back. You know
And
what I
let's
mean?
not forget they make money for doing this show. So that already puts people in a better situation, like,
Yeah. Well, from what
without
I
even
understand,
going to work in America or
right.
DR.
But from what I understand is the Americans get paid, the foreigners don't.
What?
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Even on the other way?
I guess I don't know
Because I was thinking
because
maybe
TLC is an American-based
well,
show. I
yeah, that
mean,
wouldn't even make
90 Day
sense the
Fiance is
other
an
way.
American-based show.
You would
So,
think the person traveling would get paid and relocating, not the American that's just in their own same house.
but
I
I
don't know.
think
You sure
because the
we can't
American
fake it?
pays for that, TLC's like, okay, yeah, the American's paying for that, but if they go, TLC's paying the American, which I guess helps them to pay for all of the stuff with bringing them over. If TLC is paying the American, because I don't think maybe legally they can pay for a visa for them. So I get it. I get what they're doing. They're paying the American, then the American can take
Take
care
care.
of all of the paperwork and the financial obligation for bringing over the foreigner, in essence paying the foreigner. You know
Shay
what I
J
mean?
said too, Nicole got her buck teeth fixed. Hey, Janetta, what's going on?
Janetta, how you
Well,
doing,
I
honey?
forgot. Who is Nicole? Who are we talking about?
Nicole, Pedro's sister.
Oh, Pedro's sister. Yes. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank of
She
Nicole.
got a
Now I had to
whole
like
lot of
laugh
shit
as soon as I
fixed.
heard it.
She got
I
a
was
boob
saying,
job.
remember last week when we were talking about, you were telling me they make money for each episode? I was like, I can pretend I'm British and you've brought me over here. Oh
Oh my
man,
god.
that is true, Shay J. Janetta, thanks for coming.
Thank you, Janetta. Welcome, baby.
I'm starting to worry about KT. She must be working too much. Shay said it was rumored that Angela broke her agreement with Michael and did not give him his cut. Oh, I believe that. He put me through all that. I'm not
I
paying him a
believe it.
dime.
I believe it.
Hmm.
I definitely believe it. She dogs him out. So then we have this young lady here. What is her name? Oh my
Uh,
God, guys, tell me her name because I cannot remember her name.
I have so many names that she looks like, but I cannot think of it for right now for the life of me. Let me look. Wait a minute.
Well, anyway, we got Miss Pizza Delivery Girl slash fashion designer. Okay, she resells clothes. She went into fashion design and realized it wasn't for her. She didn't have the patience for it. So she figured, I'll just buy the clothes already made and resell them.
Is her name Nicole?
It might be. I
Nicole
think
Muhammad?
Mahit or Mahout or something like that. Yeah, his name is
Yeah.
close to Muhammad.
Yeah. Which that reminded and gave us such total vibes of oh man, I can't think of their names right now, but remember the couple we were talking about? His name was, he wouldn't let her stand in the room when the guy was fixing the sink.
Muhammad.
That was Muhammad, right? Okay, that's what's getting me confused. I'm like,
Yeah,
maybe I'm
that was
calling
that
him
was
Muhammad.
Muhammad. And
Yeah.
I can't remember her what was her name? Everybody was talking about her.
Something is seeming really off with this girl. Like it's not adding up the two things that she's saying. Like I'm real Eve. Okay, thank
Eve,
you.
that's right.
She's like,
Thank you guys.
it was just terrible. I had to leave after a couple of weeks. He made me cover up my skin. I agreed to things I shouldn't have. So I'm going back to Israel. Okay. The friend was like, why?
Right. It's like, what are you doing? One minute you're saying you're separating from this guy, and the next minute you're telling us that you're going right back. I mean, make up your mind. What are you doing? You know what
It's
I
like
mean?
she's not saying that though we made an agreement he's going to change. She's just basically like, no, I'm going to go just obey his rules now, is what it seemed like to me, and see if I get a different outcome.
Right. And here he
Thank
is.
you, Shay, for that. And Dolly said she heard Angela did that too. Wow, Angela is something else.
Hey, let me ask you guys a question because you guys know I'm a Prince fan. Does he look like Prince to y'all?
Yeah, I see it. That one on the right, or is
Yeah,
that
both
Prince?
of them. He
Yeah, he
definitely
definitely does, especially in
he
that
looks like
white.
Prince. But yeah, so we got Mahout or Mahat something. It's not Muhammad, but it's Mahout, I think. Mahoud. And apparently they got married. Okay, she went over to Egypt. She went over to Egypt on just an excursion, right? And it was, I believe, it was some type of fashion excursion, or it was just some type of excursion. And
She was
she
buying
ended,
fabric
yeah, her
or
last
something.
day of the trip, she decided to wander into a fabric store, and who should be there but this guy Mahout? And she fell in love with him, and he proposed to her, but she didn't marry him initially. She came on home, and they started hanging out together, and then they had the long distance relationship. And he said, I was dead serious. I want you to come back over here and marry me. So she did. And this is them at their wedding, and that's their hands. And so then things start to open up,
Mahmoud.
and
Mahmoud.
she finds out that, and look at how she's dressed for the wedding, right? Head covered and everything. Apparently, He pulls a Muhammad. Those Egyptians, man, they are straight Muslim and strict with it. Muhammad wanted Eve to start dressing like that, and Eve was like, "Hell no, I'm not doing it." So apparently, these two kept fighting. That's in this episode. She didn't go into it in the first episode, but in this episode, she goes into the fact that they fought constantly about what she could and couldn't wear, hanging out with other men. You know what I'm saying? She couldn't
That
be
she
around
couldn't
men.
even like hug his cousins apparently or something. Oh, I heard he also
Yeah.
made her walk like an Egyptian. I couldn't help myself.
You know it. She'll be here all week. But yeah, man. I mean, if you knew going in that that's how he was, because no doubt you've got a bunch of women walking around, all of them covered. You knew what the deal was. It's the same thing as Eve. She tried to play it off like, well, I didn't know he was going to be that strict. Well, it seems like he kind of kept it up front and center before, even though he turned out to be an ass. He was using her for the green card.
Mhm.
But this Mahout guy wants a certain type of women. These women kill me, and men that expect this person to all of a sudden give up their culture. It's like,
Yeah.
listen, you knew what you were getting into when you got involved with this person, but you cannot have your cake and
Sometimes
eat it too.
they act really laid back and really like, oh, I wonder how that goes at first, because sometimes like he remember the Eve and Muhammad, he actually liked a picture of her and started interacting with her based on a picture of her in her bathing suit, not,
In the
hey, you
bikini,
look like a
right?
slut, why are you wearing that? That should have been the first thing if he was this guy. So he kind of, I feel like they reel them in just like the American does with some of these ladies. They expect them to throw their money around and then them to be obedient and listen to their every move, and then they get over here and want to be independent, like, you know what I
Right.
mean? So it's kind of like everybody goes in with false pretenses sometimes when it's not real true love. It's like, I want you to be like this and I want you to be like this and I have money, so you need to listen to me, like Angela throwing all that crap at Michael for all
Cover
those
up,
years.
Buttercup.
Shay J's got a long comment here. I'm going to read it because it starts funny
Okay.
story, so I got to see it. Funny story. I've been on vacation and took a cruise. Wow. My waiter at dinner was a beautiful man from Tunisia. Oh, we know some
Uh-oh.
Tunisians. And he was impressed I knew about his country. I asked if he heard of
Oh
90
my
Day
gosh, Shay J's
Fiance.
going on the show. Shay J's
That's
going on the
it.
show.
Uh-oh. We got our own insider here.
We heard it here first. Go ahead, honey.
Oh, that was it.
Oh, okay. Are you cluing us in? What's going
Uh-huh.
on, Shay?
Shay J. Next season.
Shay. I want the
Did we get a
interview. I
number?
want the interview. Come on, you got to come on and give us the exclusive.
KT actually made it in the house.
Hey, what's up, KT? We got the Wonder Twins. All right, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna call y'all that. Maybe that's why they separated and stopped coming together. I don't know.
It was only last night. They just don't
uh,
like meatless Monday. It's okay. It's okay, KT. I'm not gonna pressure you.
oh my God! But
See, I'm not at work like I used to be able to pressure them to come.
and look, and they're still coming. That
See,
lets
that
you
was my
know
true.
that
Yep,
that's your ride or dies right there. Thank
that's
you,
right.
ladies. We appreciate y'all. We really do. Um, but yeah, man, I'm telling you, it's not somebody. Okay, her friends. Okay, because here she is talking with her friends. You know what? I hate this damn platform. What is going on? Why isn't it putting my pictures up? Is that the friend? Nope. Wrong ones. Nope. Wrong one. Wait a minute. Is that the right friends?
Yeah, I think that's her friends. Yep, I remember
Yeah.
them because they were gonna be like, "What is he gonna say about you having a drink and everything?"
Actually, you know what? Nope, that's not the right friends. I think that's what's the name's friends.
That's
Jennifer's friends.
Johan's. Oh, Jennifer's friends. Everybody's friends looked like they didn't like what was going on. I remember the brother, I felt like he looked like he was pulling a gun out on Jennifer, like, "You will not marry him." He kept, like, reaching his hand behind his back at the table. Something was going on there. Maybe his microphone was coming off or something, but it looked I'm like, "He looks like, I'm not letting you make this mistake."
Well, anyway, this girl's friends do not want her to marry this guy.
I
Okay.
feel like that was her friends for sure. It had to
Nah,
be.
that was Jennifer's friend. That was the other girl's friends that
I thought
dated
Jennifer was around her family.
Rishi or somebody.
Oh, that's another story. Oh, that girl.
Yeah.
He's gonna be in an arranged marriage like Submit.
See, they're
Anyway.
throwing me off because I put pictures in and it's like it's putting some in and not putting others in. And I'm thinking all of them are going in there and I'm looking for them and I know what order I had them and they're not
Right.
in. It's like skipping some pictures. But anyway, so anyway, she talks with her friends and her friends are extremely confused because they're like, wait a minute, I thought that you told us that you were separating from this guy. And they said the definition of insanity is doing the same shit over and over and over and expecting a different result. She needs to divorce him. Okay. I hate to say this because right now they're in a conversation where they're already fighting. He's like, yeah, nothing's changed. I want you to cover that ass up, you know?
That's what I was like. The whole thing, if I hadn't known better that I wasn't drinking or smoking some kind of drugs, I was like so confused by her story. I'm like, do I have to rewind this? Like, I could have sworn she just said everything was gone bad and she had to leave and come to America. And then without any explanation, she's like, so I'm moving back and because I love him. I'm like, okay,
Right.
didn't you
The
love
love
him?
is not carrying things. The
It's
love,
like
the love is not
it's gonna
carrying.
end badly, okay? You're gonna get
Right.
over there and you're gonna feel like you need to have this freedom just like Eve,
Because
you
guess
know?
what? She loved him enough to marry him initially, right? So apparently, if you felt like you had to pull off the covers and the hijabs and all of that and come back home, what makes you think if he's telling you that things are still the same, his expectations are still the same, what makes you think that your love, because you love him, it's going to be any different? You loved him before and
Right.
you left. So if you love him, you loving him makes no difference.
It's like, why wasn't this
You're gonna be
discussed
unhappy.
before? Like, hey, this is my culture. You're going to be okay with that. And then she did say though that she agreed to things she shouldn't have. So she kind of led him to believe I'm okay to change. And some people
Just like
are.
Eve.
Do you
Just like
remember
Eve.
that couple? I will never remember their name because I wasn't watching that season. I've only seen a couple of little recaps or catch up, and I just heard that they were still together. She was a younger girl and went, I don't think it was Israel, but she went somewhere where she had to completely like cover herself and her family couldn't believe that she did it, but she just immersed herself in his culture and said, "Yeah, I'm okay with this." But these
I remember
women,
exactly who you're talking about.
do
I
you?
don't know the names either, but I know. And the girl, apparently wasn't she a badass?
Yeah, had
Yeah.
tattoos and everything and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
completely did a
And going to
360.
juvie hall and all of that and getting in trouble. And all of a sudden
Mhm.
she completely switched her life around and became a Muslim and devoted her life to this man.
Yeah, and it was like, okay, if that's what you wanna do, but it's like every time it's misleading going in. She knew that's what he wanted. These guys are trying to fool each other. Like, she wants to be half, I wanna be American, and, like, I'm gonna be able to change him. It's gonna always be a constant battle, I feel like.
And it's not even like it's by choice. It is religious. It's his religion. It's not just a lifestyle, it's a religion. He was raised Muslim. That's
Yeah.
how women are supposed to be over there. So for her to go over there and be sucked in by his charms, but then doesn't want to live the lifestyle, it's like, well, then you got to tell him no.
Mhm.
You got to find somebody that checks all the boxes, not just they're cute and I love them. And I like, he's cute. She's attracted to him. She's infatuated with him, but she
Yeah.
cannot live with him. And she needs to get that. So you need to divorce this man. That's not the one for you. That's somebody for you to hang out with, not to marry.
Yeah, that's where they go wrong, you know?
Yeah. So
You can be his girl, if you want to go over there and party with him, if you're not trying to,
yeah,
if
you could
you're,
be his hanging buddy.
yeah. And these guys, they have these families that expect certain things of them. Like, you know what I mean? Like they expect them to get married to people in that culture. So the least they have to do is, okay, well, she's going to convert to our religion is what, you know, even if Jenny did that, though, I don't think that would matter. Submit's family is like a no go because of her
Yeah.
age. But this girl's at least, more reasonable, I guess, in their eyes for their a compatible mate that can have kids and stuff for him. So maybe he's trying to help impress the family, but it's like, you know, once you've gotten in there and you became his girl, that's it.
Hmm. She's not feeling that. So, and he's not feeling her, not feeling his culture. So I don't think this is going to work out. I think they just need to cut their losses and keep it
Hmm.
moving. You know what I'm saying? So that's that one. And then we have our girl here. And that's Chris, and I believe the girl's name is Jamie, who's on the
Hmm.
screen, and she's talking to her because she can't believe that it's finally here. She gets to go to Colombia and see the love of her life, who she has never met.
And an hour later, marry her. I know it's not an hour, but it's like it's something
It might
even
as well
more.
be.
The people that have met aren't even getting married that quick, and she's like, "Oh, okay, well, we're gonna get married." Like, I hope it works out for them, but they've been through some weird stuff too.
Have we seen, and I'm not poking fun at it because narcolepsy is a real thing. That's a disease. But have we seen her fall out and go to sleep yet? Has she done that? They probably won't show it on camera. But apparently, the girl, Jamie, has issue with it already because she started falling asleep on her while
And
they
that's
were having
apparently
phone
why
conversations.
they wouldn't she isn't that why she started talking to somebody else, not realizing she had a disorder?
Yeah, I think she ghosted her.
She thought, oh, I thought she went to sleep and then she thought she
Nah,
ghosted
Chris
her. I missed
ghosted
it.
her. Yeah, she
Okay.
ghosted her, and supposedly she had COVID, but then it came out that she might have been working the whole time and just taking Chris's money and telling her I can't work because I have COVID, and
Right.
lying about it and taking her money. And she's also at the same time she's taking her money, she's seeing somebody else on the side or talking to
So
another
a girl
American.
from Texas or something,
Yeah,
right? And didn't
yeah.
that girl contact Chris?
How did Chris? Yeah, she did. She did. I remember watching that scene. Chris said the girl contacted her and said that Jamie is using you for your money.
Wow.
So obviously, Jamie, and here's the thing, Jamie's like, I decided to focus on Chris. Well, I guess you did because somewhere along the line, you guys broke up. If she's calling Chris, telling Chris what you did, what you're doing, she must have got caught doing it with her.
Yeah. And but apparently she was telling the mom that that happened and now they've gotten, past it or over it, so they're going to, try. But I'm like, is that going
I
to
mean, of
resurface?
course, you know what I mean? Of course, because apparently she must have been using this other person for their money. The person figured it out because she probably switched up on him,
Mhm.
and well, I need money for this, and I need money. She switched up on him, probably, right? And the person was like, "Yeah, nah, I'm out. I'm not doing this." And then got in contact with Chris and said, "Yeah, you need to watch your back because she just
Wow.
wants you for money." And right now things are all hunky dory and sunshine and roses. Chris doesn't see that.
I'm interested to see what happens with
I
this
want to
one
see
for
it too. I
sure. I
can't wait to
wanted
see
it
how
to
that
be like
unfolds.
real and
What do
good
you guys
because
think in the
the first
comments?
lesbian couple that I remember on here, I was so excited. Like, please be like a real love. But now I'm like, am I getting like milking her for money vibes? And like, I just hope she's not. And this is just something that's been going on with me lately. It seems like a lot of the women,
Hmm.
um, are all of a sudden like they seem real loyal and then they end
Yeah.
up staying out like after the American goes home. Remember what happened with a couple of the ones we watched? Like, well, it started with Mike when she went out and she never came home, and he did. And then this
Jimena,
guy
right,
that was
right.
just over there,
She
the
hung
ones
out
that didn't
overnight.
work out. What was the couple on? Oh,
Love Without Borders,
yeah, I'm
the
thinking
Ghana
of that one.
couple.
In Ghana, and she just all of a sudden was like, "Oh no, I'm done. I'm staying out. I'll be home tomorrow evening sometimes." And it's like, wait,
Right.
I thought
And
we were
you don't need
exclusive.
to have a problem
I'm
with it
like, are
because
you
we're
getting
friends.
like party girl vibes out of this girl on the other way, or is it just me? I don't. Maybe we don't know her that well yet.
I don't get party vibes. I get
Okay.
user.
Okay.
I get user. I think she's gonna hang out with Chris, but I feel like all of a sudden she's gonna become very needy. You know what I mean?
Neither one of them really have been out as lesbians and in public, apparently. Like, you know what I mean? They both have a similar story with they were hiding this, and she would go to like another state or whatever, another town, and then the other
Yeah.
girl was
Correct me
hiding
if
it
I'm
from her
wrong.
family, don't even know.
That's what I was about to say. I was about to ask the chat. Correct me if I'm wrong, but her family doesn't know, right?
And then she's just going to end up marrying a woman from them not knowing. Like, that's going from like zero to
At least
crazy in
Chris
one
told
minute.
her family, whether they agree with it or not. She's like, listen, I don't care who agrees with it. I know it's crazy, but I'm crazy, so I'm
Her
gonna do it.
I just thoroughly fell in love with her mom, the way that she handled that. That was like
I
one
did
of the
too.
best things I've seen. That's better than some of the people that aren't even dealing with a same sex relationship. They are mean as heck, just even if they're, not being hit with like, "Oh, I'm going to another country," and they, put them down and everything. She's like, "Well, I just want her to be happy." That's really
Right.
Jenny's family too. The other
It is.
the
It
Jen on
is.
here.
Let's send the APB out. Buddha 1000, we miss you.
I
Where
know,
are
I was,
you?
like, worried, I thought maybe she was here and left earlier or something. I'm, like, getting worried, she is here every time.
I know.
Well, I'm gonna
Buddha.
in her honor, please share and
Buddha!
hit that like button. When you're listening to the replay, I can't do it like you. What does she say? Smash that like button. What is it?
And hit the
And because we
subscribe.
wanna
That's
get
right.
JJ to 10,000 subscribers.
She
If
says
you
15.
15,000, thank you. I think I know
We
I
miss
read
you,
it.
Buddha. Just wanted to put that out there.
I hope you're
Um,
alright.
but yeah, guys, I'm telling you, I don't know. I don't see that working. I don't see it working. So far, I don't see that working. I see where maybe Chris and Jamie might work. I'm curious to see what happens there. And then we have Gabrielle.
This is
Then we have
interesting.
Gabrielle or Gabe, who is going over to see his girl over in, I
Isabel.
think she's in Isabel over in
Isabel.
Colombia. I'm pretty
Colum
sure that's Colombia too, right?
I think so. I
So
think
here
that's where
he's
he's going.
packing with his mom and they're chit-chatting and they're talking about the fact that, she wants him to make sure that he's taking care of himself and that he's not just getting into another relationship because he falls in love very quickly. Very same conversation that he had with the sister the week before.
Mhm.
What do you think about this?
So, a couple of things are, I'm reading it a certain couple of different ways. I do feel like she does really like him because of the way for her to accept that, she definitely had a love for him to bring him there and to know that it's not probably as culturally even accepted with her family and everything. And she's actually got a really good relationship with her kids, I've noticed too. Like the little girl is almost like, or not little girl, but they look like sisters. And I was like, and she's like real excited, like, hey, he's coming here. It wasn't like this, oh, we don't want you with anybody. It seemed like it was all going to be one big happy family. But then we did have his sister saying that he doesn't like kids, but he might like her kids because that's more like, seems like a buddy for him.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I guess only time with
Well,
this
they
one will tell.
really did a lot of the picture. I had a picture in here of her and her daughter because they really do look like sisters. Well, that's the thing too, because she had her when she was 17. So
Mhm.
she's only 17 years older than the daughter. So yeah, they're like best friends.
Mhm. That's like one of the more interesting conversations I heard, on here with a mom and a daughter talking. I was like, "Oh, okay."
Hmm.
So they're not going to be all out like, "Okay, here you go again, mom," like most of them.
There she is right there. Right?
Yes. And I
Yeah.
just hope, I mean, they are rushing into it like everybody, but this one might have the best chance that I've seen so far. Oh, Shay said, just curious, did you guys watch Love Without Borders on? Oh, my screen is starting to blink. Let me look at the phone here. You know how it does
Yes,
that.
we did. We watched it. We watched Love Without Borders. What'd you want to talk about on there? Because we pretty much remember all
She
the
said,
couples. We kept up with it.
similar concept, and it was a mess for Americans in general. Yeah, that
Yes,
definitely.
it was.
KT said most of the women are acting desperate. Right?
Yeah. It turned out to be a mess for everybody. The guy, poor guy, Philip Michael Thomas's son, whatever his name was, he ended up going over to Ghana, and the girl ended up going friend zoning him almost immediately, and hung out all night. That's what we were just talking about, and left him in the dust. He started drinking again for this girl. You know what I mean? And then the Irish guy, he really pissed me off because
Oh gosh.
they set him up with a beautiful woman. And just did you guys pick up on the fact that he started treating her differently once he found out she was in her like mid to late 30s?
That's when he started becoming a real you know what to
A
her
real
and
ass to her.
underlyingly putting her down and like lowering her self-esteem and then making her look like the crazy one.
Oh, I didn't mean to give off those vibes. What do you
People
mean
are
you didn't
too
mean to give off those
sensitive.
vibes?
Yeah, you
Vibes.
just gave her makeup remover. Women take their makeup really seriously, you know what I mean? It's
He
almost
wanted to
an
hit it and quit
insult
it.
to tell somebody they're wearing too much makeup, just like you need makeup. He might as well have said that, you know?
Dude, that first couple of episodes, he looked so into her. It wasn't just her.
It
It
was
was
at
he
that
was,
dinner.
he was gaslighting her, making her think that I didn't try to give you those vibes. I just was trying to be nice. No, you were into her until you found out how old she was. And he wants kids, so that threw him off. He was like, "Oh hell no, I can't be with her because she's gonna be what 40 before you know it, she's not gonna be able to have no kids,
And
and
he's
she don't like
very
the chickens."
controlling, he seems. He tries to act like this laid back, friendly guy, but he was mind gaming her, I feel like,
Yeah,
throughout. And maybe he kept saying that she was being a drama queen and this and that, but we saw
she's
him
playing the
clearly hurting
victim.
her feelings. She
It's
was
like,
the
dude,
victim, dude.
you're saying thing her. I love the host though. The host will put somebody in their
I
place.
know, I
Wait
love
a
her.
minute, hold
She
up, hold
reminds
up,
me of
hold up.
Sean from, that does the
90 Day
tell all.
Fiance. What about the Panama chick
Oh, I
that
could.
treated the brother so bad, dude? I'm not taking you to Thanksgiving. He just came all the way to Panama,
Well, I'm
and you're not
glad he
taking him
found
to
his
your family
woman.
vacation.
That was so
It
rude.
serves her right that he found somebody and is
Even
getting married.
after she identified, okay, maybe I'm being a little hard on him because I have this past relationship that, what she dealt with. But it was
The
like she
abusive
continued to
relationship.
abuse him continuously. Even
She
like,
was rude to him, like on
yes, I
several
don't blame him
occasions,
for
telling him
getting
to
mad.
shut up, and you know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? And just no, I'm not talking to you now. I'm not talking to you. Is somebody talking? I'm not listening. Like all kind of dumb shit like that. It's
It
like, what the hell?
it was
When
like
this guy helped you,
he rubbed her the wrong way, and all of a
she didn't like him.
sudden,
She wasn't
she
attracted
just
to him.
didn't like him. Instead of just being nice and hanging out with him, she was almost like mad at herself for not liking him because
She
he was
went out with the
nice.
ex and basically was grinding on him in the club in front of the guy.
Right. And then the
I'm
guy
like, how
spent the
disrespectful is
night.
that? Right.
Not, "Oh, I did something wrong." He left
But
because he
then
was
she
probably
runs
upset, "I
back
gotta
to
go
the
find him."
host. Then she runs back to the host, telling the host, "Oh yeah, he stayed out."
Like
Well, what
he's
did
the
you
one.
do?
That
Didn't
was
you have your
crazy.
ex in the bed with you? Oh,
Right.
and we slept in the bed and nothing happened. Come on, come on, come on, Come on. We slept in the bed together. First of all, my ex is picking us up was right off the top was
I was
wrong.
like, what was she trying to
Your
make him
ex is the Uber
jealous or
driver?
what?
Then they get in the club and they start dancing all up on each other. Second strike. Third strike, he spent the night. Fourth strike, he stayed the same fucking bed with her. I'm like, come
Oh,
on.
darn, but nothing happened. But she was so drunk she probably didn't even remember. I'm sure something happened.
And is that the ex that put the hole in the door with his
No,
fist?
I
Because
don't
I'm
think
like,
that was no, that was a
okay.
different guy. I think I remembered
I
somehow it
see why
changed.
though. If she talked to him like she talked to that brother, I see why that the fist was going through the door to keep from hitting her ass because she was a bitch, man.
Me
She was a
too.
straight up bitch to him.
Oh, Shay was like the Indian guy from Dubai was her favorite. We loved him. We were glad that
We
the
he was
second girl came, but then I knew she wasn't
awesome.
in it for a long haul, it looked like. The Panama chick
I
was
felt bad for him
horrible.
then.
She said, Shay said, I was shocked that he ended up with love. He curved her. Shay said she was so beautiful and talented. She gave those makeup pads back. Yes, I'm glad she did too.
Yes.
That was nice. And it's like, that was when he started taking these little underlying digs at her to make her feel insecure. So she would be like, oh, you're a god. And
Right.
I know you
And
just
he
want to be
wasn't all
loved.
that.
Like, what is he
He
talking
wasn't even
about?
all that. It's like, dude, she is
No.
a beautiful woman. What are you talking
I thought
about?
she was out of his league, not the other way around.
I did too. I did too. And and you're right, she was extremely I loved her music. And she fit right in over there with the little guitar and everything. But apparently she went out with somebody again after that. And this guy probably scarred her a little bit,
Yeah, I feel like it
you
was
know.
too soon,
Oh, but
probably.
wait a minute. You like the Indian guy. I loved him. I felt bad that the blonde chick who reminds me of Ari, by the way, Ari and Benny, remember her? She reminded me of Ari. And she's from Jersey. They probably know each other. But I felt bad that she went over there and just but here's the thing. Remember, and Jen and I talked about this. There were plenty of opportunities that she gave him to come on to her and lead into maybe a kiss or something. And he didn't do it.
He was like
So
he's
I think
stuck
if
in the
he was a
friend
little
zone.
bit more aggressive, she wouldn't have friend zoned him like that. He friend zoned himself. I like him though. I like him.
Mhm.
Don't get me wrong, because he's a very attractive guy and he's not carrying it like cocky. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And the other girl, how about the other girl that was with him turned out to be gay? That's the
Really?
real reason
Oh
she
yeah.
wasn't. Oh yeah, she matched up with a chick.
No wonder she that was
No
like
wonder, right?
I'm glad it happened now and not like 10 years into their relationship or something.
It's like she gets over to Dubai, gets with him, and then ends up hooking up with one of his girlfriends, one of his exes or something.
Right.
Now that
Or
would be a
what if
storyline.
both the people he dated ended up together?
Oh my God.
I
That would be a crazy
hope he
storyline.
finds somebody though and he needs somebody who's like somewhere in the middle of those two. This
Yeah.
girl was like almost too accommodating, friend zoney.
And the
They
other girl
need
was a
somebody who
bitch.
lets him take the lead a little bit, but also is somebody that he's, attracted to and he can kind of feel like maybe he needs a little bit younger of a woman or something. I don't know.
Okay, so speaking of gay, what about the gay couple, the two men?
Yes, she did, Shay. Shay J said the second girl wanted more energy. Yeah, he wasn't matching her
Yeah.
vibe.
Yeah. And I think he may have realized that late in the game, but wait a minute, what did we say, Jen? How many of you in the comment section thinks he was a virgin?
I definitely feel like you're right about
We
that.
looked at each other. I said, Jen, he's a virgin.
He looks
He's a
scared to give a
freaking
kiss.
virgin. A guy that's that attractive, that's not all over, that's not getting poo poo by the minute. Come on now.
Poo poo by the minute.
Okay. He lived with his parents. He was sheltered. He's
Mhm.
a virgin. Okay, that's why he didn't know how to come at her. And he was upset that she decided to go back to the States. She's like, okay, yeah, well, I like you too, but not
Mhm.
enough to stay in Dubai. You're not giving me no signals. You know what I mean? So that it's worth it for me,
Mhm.
And she's like, yeah, I'm going back to my brother's. Like, are you going to kiss me or what? I'm sitting here on the couch. It's like I'm giving you an opportunity. He's like,
Well, at least he didn't
just
with
looking at her,
either
you
one of
know?
them, he didn't get himself, like, roped
Either
in,
he's
like,
gay
with
or
a
he's a
lot.
virgin, you
Maybe he's
know?
gay, but I don't get that from him.
I don't either. I think he's just a really nice guy.
Me too, and he
And
wants
he
the
gets
girl to
taken
make the
advantage
first
of by
move, but
women
they
too,
ain't doing
because
it.
he's not got a lot of relationship experience. He's had that other one before the girl. He had the girl that didn't like him. Then he had
Mhm.
her. And I don't think he's got that much relationship experience. I really don't.
No. I
Yeah, he
think it's
needs a,
like
he needs a little bit more swag to match the looks.
mhm.
And getting some poo poo will do that for him. I hate to put it that way.
It's
But
like
yeah,
the
he
whole
needs a little
time
more
it was
swag.
leading up to it, everything was going good, but then it
Not
was
too
like
much swag. So don't become an asshole.
yeah.
Just because you fine, don't be an ass. But he needs a little bit more. He needs to carry that swag a little bit better, especially to own up to how he looks and everything. He would definitely do a lot better in the dating market. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Be a little bit picky.
I think he's
And
scared of rejection too because it's like even when she was giving him that vibe, like, okay, it's time to give me a kiss, he would give her a hug
right,
and kiss her on the
right.
forehead.
He's an attractive guy, but he doesn't realize he's a model, but he also doesn't realize how attractive he I mean, he could really be carrying it. And he's not doing that. That's not the type of guy he is. That's what makes him endearing. That's what makes
He's
him
so
likable.
polite that he's not even making a
Yeah,
move.
right. He needs a little bit of swag, a little bit of bad boy, not too much to be an asshole, but he needs to toughen up a little bit.
But
And
if
he would have pulled her if he was more like that.
I think though another thing is something like Shay was saying, maybe something about her didn't wasn't she's like, I don't want to hurt this guy. I'm not gonna lead him on that much. I'm gonna be nice, I'm gonna be polite, I'm
Yeah,
gonna hang out with him. I like him as a person, but since I'm not feeling the attraction vibe, I
not
don't even want to
into
make the
him.
move. Because she
Right.
reminds me of a first move kind of woman. If she wanted him, she would have been like, all right, come on.
Exactly,
You
exactly.
know,
She was like, "Okay, you're
she
not
would have
gonna
made the
kiss me. I'm
move.
gonna kiss you."
But she
You know what
didn't
I
do
mean?
that
Yeah.
that I remember.
So it was friend. It was the friend zone. It was a friend zone. But so okay, so the gay guy, the two gay guys. What do you guys think about that couple? Because I felt like after the second or third week, she should have released the dude and the American and let him come home. Okay, it wasn't
He was
there.
ready to leave
It
the minute
wasn't
he got
there.
there. He just didn't like that guy, and he
And
was
that apartment was like this big.
the guy was so sweet, and he didn't really. She
Yeah, he
shouldn't
was
have
a
made him
sweetheart.
drag that on.
Yeah, he
Remember
was
that?
a. Both of them were really sweet guys. They just and the Frenchman was into the American, but the American guy was not into the French guy. I think what you said, both of them were receivers, shall we say?
Yeah, maybe
Okay.
so.
Both of them were receivers. Both of them were bottoms. Okay. They needed a top in there.
There
Okay.
was no attraction, and the
Yeah, they
American
needed
needed
a
to go
top
home.
in
Shay
there. Both of
said.
them were bottoms.
You're exactly right, Shay. He was trying to gracefully bow out of this thing so many times, and the lady, I felt like, wanted them to stay around. But I'm like, are you watching what we're watching?
Yeah, they ain't into each other, lady, or it's one-sided. He needs a more masculine man. The little French guy is more bitch than he is. Okay, let's just keep it a buck.
Y-
Okay, so he's not getting it done. Okay, he want his shit packed. He don't want to pack. He don't want to be the
Yeah,
packer. He
he
want to get it
needed
packed.
somebody like this guy was really accommodating to his personality,
Yeah,
and
nah,
he was really
yeah.
boring. So it's like they both needed somebody with like a little bit of, the guy from America was just kind of go with the flow, and the other guy was
And the
kind of,
French guy just wanted anybody.
but it reminds me
Because
of Married at
really
First
he
Sight.
wasn't his type either. He needed a more masculine man too. And
Yeah,
and the American guy looked the part, but
but
that wasn't
wasn't.
who he was,
Yeah, and I
you
think
know?
they just it's like Married at First Sight. You can have two really nice people and it goes bad because they just don't have that initial attraction and it's
Right.
not there. Or one of them has it and one doesn't. And I always say this too, like when it's the woman who's not as attracted to the man, at least in the heterosexual relationships, that's okay because she can come around. But usually, 9 times out of 10, from the ones we've seen, when the man doesn't like the woman right off the bat, something about her look he doesn't like, seems like he has a really hard time ever bouncing
Recouping.
recouping from that, like, like just what we're
Yeah.
watching here on Married at First Sight, if anybody's watching that. The couple, the guy with the bald head, she's starting to get there with him, and she did not like she didn't want to kiss him on the lips. It reminds me of Jamie and Doug.
Yep. Yep. Speaking of Married at First Sight, oh my God, I don't know what's gonna become of Chuck Norris and the chick that he's
Oh
with,
yeah, it's
but
gonna
they look like
become
they get
violent.
into it this week.
The French guy made him feel like a bull in a china shop. Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you something. The French guy made him feel like the green giant in a sardine can too. I felt so bad when he had to go to the bathroom, and the guy standing there in the kitchen
Yeah, it was just he was too clingy.
like listening. Are
Yeah.
you listening to him take a shit? Why
He
don't you
was
find something to do? Why are you
the
sitting there in the kitchen like?
he's gonna make like a really good boyfriend for the right person, but this wasn't the right match. That was
Nah,
a
that wasn't the right
terrible
man. Both
match.
of them are really cool guys. I liked both of them. I
And I
want both of them to find happiness. They just weren't
the
it with each other.
exactly. And the American guy, he looks like he has been in relationships or done things that he wasn't living his truth before, and it was almost like this poor guy got the brunt of him being honest for
You know who
once.
the American guy reminds me of? Colton.
Yeah, I think yep,
Colton from The Bachelor, who turned out to be, turned out to be gay. He reminds me of Colton Underwood.
yep.
Definitely, all day long.
Speaking of The Bachelor, are we gonna review that too?
We can. You
I
guys,
mean, not
any of you
tonight,
watching
but
The Bachelor?
this evening might not work, but we can watch it. I mean, I'll talk about it because I've actually
Because
gotten into this season a little bit.
yeah, we've been watching The Bachelor. So if any of you know anything about what's going on there, um, it's taking a weird turn right now with this Christina girl, the girl that he dated that has the daughter. First of all, I didn't like the fact that why didn't you tell him night one that you had a kid? Why
Mhm.
did you wait until after the family date? Okay. Second of all, she keeps bringing up the one on one like they made
Oh,
some
those
type of
girls were getting so
permanent
mad at
connection.
her.
And they're like, okay, we're tired of hearing about your one on one, bitch. We're
Mhm.
tired of hearing about it. We get it. You guys got along. Okay. We don't need to keep hearing about the shit.
Mhm.
So it's like, okay, because in our one on one, that didn't happen. I mean, he was all right. I tell you what, the one on one that just happened the other night where they were in the museum and they had the pajamas on and they did the camp out. I loved it. I loved it. I'm here all day for that. That was awesome. And I think that girl's going to end up towards the end of the pack. I really do.
Mhm.
I think he's gonna go far with her because they had a lot of chemistry on that date.
Yeah.
Who else are we talking? Oh, Gabriel. Okay, so with Gabriel, to her stylist here, okay, Belle is, and she's talking about the fact that the family is not going to accept the transgender being in her life, and she doesn't know how to tell them. What do you guys
Yeah.
think about that? I don't know what's going to happen there. I feel bad for Gabe because if they get into a situation where he's not accepted in her family, what's
Yeah.
that going to be like after he left his country? His
Mhm.
family
Yeah.
keeps warning him of some. His family must be having a vibe. The mother, well, it's because he
Something they
falls in
feel
love
like
quickly.
something's not right.
I think they feel like something's not right. And this whole her family is probably not going to accept it thing, that could break them up. And I would feel
Mhm.
bad for him if that's the case. I really would.
Definitely. I'm gonna run to the kitchen. I'm gonna switch up to my phone if you don't mind.
Okay.
And so just in case I drop, I'll be returning in.
But the phone breaks in and out, doesn't it?
Oh, does it? Okay.
Yeah. Well, it did last
I'll just
week.
put
I
it on
mean,
hold, then I'll go start the oven, and then I won't switch to the phone, but I'll still be listening. But if I get
okay.
quiet a moment.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm getting ready to go ahead and kind of cut it short because I started late and I'm over here yawning, so I don't want to keep being rude.
You are
Um,
great.
I
This is
think
so fun.
we pretty much covered most of what happened this week. Although we didn't get into Jen. I think.
Oh,
Wait a
yeah,
minute.
let's talk about that before we go. We
Where's
gotta
she at?
go over that. We gotta go over Jen.
Okay, there she is.
There
Okay,
she is.
so her family is upset that she's leaving, but they're giving her the go. But her friends are the ones that are telling her that it's a definition of insanity. Why are you messing with the same type of guy over and over again? Her
And
friends are telling her he's the same type of guy she's been messing with, and it's not going to work.
her and the girl with the Egyptian make no sense whatsoever to me. Like their words don't align with what like. It's just like this girl was like. I said it last week too. I always date the wrong guys. I just date guys that are really attractive that I'm into, but aren't really ready for something serious. And then I met Rishi. Okay, Rishi, the model that's been throwing his hair around for an hour, and a model who like is really conceited and is likely, you know what I mean, his family
And
is
working with
wanting
women
a
in the gym who he's probably
it says
banging.
he doesn't have to try at all. The women just come at him and, I mean, maybe I have to watch them when they interact because that will let me know a lot too if he's really into her or if he's just using
That'll let
her.
all of us know a lot
I guess
because
a
we
lot of
haven't seen
these
any of that yet.
interaction has not happened. You're right. So once we see that, we're gonna know. Is it a Jenny and Submit or is it a Muhammad and Danielle? I don't know. But yeah, like it definitely is gonna tell a lot. But I don't see good things with this one. And I heard something about an arranged marriage, and I'm like, here we go.
Really?
Yeah, like his family wanted him to be an arranged marriage, and she was like, "Well, no, he told he's allowed to choose love." And I'm like, "But they ain't gonna be happy that he chose you for the love. Trust me."
Right,
They're talking
right.
about a girl from that culture, probably. Mhm.
Yeah. So, but her brother's trying to tell her to throw caution to the wind and don't go over there and get your heart involved and and lose yourself in this guy because if he turns out to be a badass like all the other guys you dated, you're going to get your heart broken and you got to come back with your tail between your legs.
Yep.
So, I don't know. I don't know because we have yet to have a vibe with all of them actually meeting. I think this week we will tell the tale when
Hmm.
everybody finally arrives in their respective countries
This week will be
and
our tell-all.
yeah, and
We will be
sees
able to
finally
see.
interacts with their significant other. We'll
Hmm.
see what the proof in the pudding is. You know what I mean? Right now it's kind of hard to tell because we haven't seen them interact with each other yet.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, Isabel and her daughter, good God Almighty, they
I
are
was like, is
twins.
he gonna get them mixed up?
Does he really like the daughter? I
The
mean,
thought crossed
come
my mind for
on.
a second.
Only 17 years apart. They look
They
literally
do
just
look.
alike.
She looks really good for her age, or the daughter looks older. I haven't figured it out, but I guess
No, the daughter looks like she's 16. You know what I
yeah,
mean? But the mother has a very, very, very young look. She
yeah,
looks just like the daughter. And the daughter went on ahead and put some blonde streaks in her hair because she probably kept hearing her, you guys twins? Are you guys twins? And that was
hmm,
getting on her nerves because while you're saying, yes, she looks young enough to look like her daughter, you're also letting the daughter know she looks old enough to be her own mother.
right.
So she's probably like, let me separate myself and put some blonde in here so that they
Hmm.
can tell which one of us is which. Because I don't want to be like being twins with my mother.
Right.
But the mother's
But I
very young.
never
She's
took
still
offense
young.
that though, like, because it's always saying that the older person looks younger, not the other way around.
Dude, they could so hang when she turns 21. The mother is going to be what, 37?
Mhm.
Only 37 years old when her daughter turns 21. They can be hanging buddies. I mean, it is what it is. They're very close in age, and they've already got that close of a friendship. So, I mean, it's cool when mothers and daughters can be friends, as long as they don't cross that respect line. Having a friendship with your mother is amazing, you know.
Definitely.
But anyway, my eyes are getting heavy, J. Crew audience. I was up late last night studying stock stuff. So I thank everybody for coming.
Thank
Dolly
you.
Bush,
It's been so fun. Janetta said she's just
Janetta,
confused. Yes, she is. This is going to be another Jenny and Summit situation, Dolly said. Janetta and Dolly, you
I
are
believe it.
exactly right. Shay J has been coming in here with the
Shay
funny
J,
comments
KT,
too. Our
thank you so
crew.
much. We missed you, Buddha.
We
I'm sure
miss you,
something else
Buddha.
happened where she wasn't able to get in here. So, but
She'll make up for it next week, I'm sure.
yep. Guys, please don't forget, do me a favor, smash the like button, share the video, have other people watch it with you, and share their opinions in the comment section on what they think about the show. And you guys write a comment as well, but smash the like button, send some more subscribers our way. We're at 1205, pushing for the 1500. And I thank
Mhm.
everybody so much for being a part of the J Crew and making a part of Tuesday being so special. I look forward to it. I really do.
It's great. I love
This is
it.
the only lot. This is the only time I come on YouTube anymore. I don't really come on YouTube
You come on,
except to do,
Monday too with me, that's all, but not for
yeah,
your channel. You come on Meatless
yeah.
Monday.
And I'm gonna be doing some more stuff too. So maybe I'll do review a few more of these shows and stretch them out. But yeah, I
Please.
love the Tuesday
It's so much
takeover.
to talk about, or you'll have to start it earlier. You'll have to start at, like, 7 o'clock.
Yeah, maybe I'll go back to 7:30, and that way we go into 9:30 and we can
We can
cover
go
more
into
shows.
all of them.
Yeah,
I'm like,
but
I'm gonna get them all mixed up in my head. I have to keep it together. This has
I
been
love you
fun.
guys so
Thanks for
much.
having me.
You're welcome. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Guys, I love you. Everybody have a wonderful night. Everybody have a wonderful week.
Have a
Everybody
good
have a
evening.
wonderful weekend. And be safe out there. And I will see you guys next Tuesday on the flip side. See y'all. Okay, that was awkward. I hit the thing and it apparently didn't take. Let's try this.